only women should be allowed to study gynecology, actually. Only women should be gynecologists. You're even talking about Ghana. When I was in 300 level, I and my friend contracted chickenpox. So we went to the health center for treatment. My friend went in first and came out in like 5 minutes. And then I went in. I was with the school doctor for up to 20 minutes. He asked me to take off my clothes, which I did. And he kept looking for lesion all over my body. When I told him that the only ones I had were on my back and hand, after he was done, he wrote down some drugs, but he told me that there was an important medication that he didn't remember and that it was important I took. He asked me to give him my phone number and that he would text the name of the medication when he remembered it. I was like, okay, that makes sense. It was when he texted me to say he had been waiting for our paths to cross was when I asked my friend if she pulled her top for checkup. And when she confirmed she did not, I froze. I had just turned 18. I went back to my room and cried. Throughout my schooling, I got sick and I was attended by the same man. I pretended to be friendly with him, but deep down, I was so sad, scared, and angry around him. If I was older when it happened, maybe I would have known the best way to handle it, but I just kept it to myself. Aside my friend, I don't think I told anyone else about this situation. I met my wife in 100 level, so we had almost 4 years together in school. She told me something in our early period of dating, that she just wanted to graduate, not minding what grade she came out with. I, on the other hand, was aiming to graduate with the first class. I had already fallen in love with her, so I took it upon myself to change that mentality. She wasn't lacking from home. In fact, she is the last child. So when we moved in together, I started coaching her. At that time, we saw them use handouts. Lecturers were made to dictate notes in class. So I told her that she must show me all her lecture notes daily. And we would go through them together so as to make sure she attended classes. I drew out a timetable for our studies and we kept at it. My wife's worst results all through school were gotten in a 100 level. The rest, as they say, is history. And although I didn't finally graduate to the first class, I was close. Let me also mention that my worst results all through my university was when I met her. Perhaps that affected my graduating with the first class. I understand how the CGPA thing works. If you understand how the CGPA thing works, I was young and in love. So all those emotional feelings took a slight toll on my academics. But the moment we were able to balance things, we started doing better. Relationship until after school. This is where I know your fear comes in. What will be your fate after school? Will she wait for you? Will her parents not put too much pressure on her? Will she finally succumb to other men coming for her? All those are given. Men will surely come, but the dynamics in her home will have a role to play in it. For my wife, it also happened that all her elder sisters met their husbands the same way we met. And she had no family pressure whatsoever to get married. So I had already gotten close to her siblings, right from school days and vice versa. I had met her mother and she had met my father. All this before we graduated. We had also made sure that all future hindrances had been fixed. One, genotype, religious affiliation, age difference, general family preference, and sexual compatibility. We were very intentional in all we did, but there was something I did which may or may not work for you. In all, I did not make myself feel intimidated or make her feel she was the only one I had. She saw the threat and I made her feel like my future was bright and that if she decided to do anyhow, that it was her fat luck. But at some point I overdid it. Then she had to threaten me that if I keep behaving that way, she would leave me and never look back. That was when I first learned that women are more loyal to their feelings than your sacrifices. However, she too had made a lot of sacrifice for me. So leaving would not just be a walk in the park. So I decided to recalibrate my ways and stay focused on my goals. After school and NYSC, I started showing my steps. I got my first job 3 months after NYSC. It paid about 25k. I showed her my package and we both prayed over it. That didn't last long. I got another job that paid about 75k. I showed her the package and we both prayed over it. She got hers and it paid about 75k too. She got her first salary and showed all to me. At the 75k salary, I had already made my intention known to our parents. They gave their blessings. I proposed to her. She accepted but asked that we defy the marriage because she felt still needed to get a bachelor job. I later did, and the rest again is history. I've given you all these stories so that you will understand how I was able to sustain a 9-year relationship. The summary of it all is that I was giving my wife hope and showing all workings at the same time. I wasn't just talking, I was walking the talk. I didn't start empty, I started small. Looking at your age, I see that you can do it too. You are 24 and she's younger. You are first too. This is the opportunity for you to brainwash her. Make sure you do it effectively and selfishly. When a woman has accepted to date you, what she emphatically telling you is this: I've accepted to be your girlfriend. Please lead me right and I'll follow. Both of you will make mistakes. You will fight. You will feel like you're wasting your time. You have external forces trying to poison your mind and perhaps discourage your girlfriend. Do not pay attention to them. Let your girlfriend see the zeal in you. Both of you should make plans that will not cause you to be at a long distance from each other. Be open to her and always discover what you hope to achieve. But don't promise her a marriage verbally. Your action will make her see where you are heading to. It's up to her to believe in you and key into it. Do not go into anything illegitimate. Use other people's story you read from this community to teach her. Women will learn from examples, not theory. Above all, both of you should hold on to God in all their dealings. Shut your eyes and ears from the deceit and lies on social media. The nature of men and women will never change. If you follow these steps, the chance that you marry her are high. N.